Mr. Mayor, we live.
All right. Thank you, Mark. Today is May 3rd, 2023. The time is 5:10 p.m. and I am calling to order the Baldwin Park City Council special meeting. City Clerk, can I have a roll call, please? Yeah, I think the volume's kind of low on these microphones.
Mayor
Here.
Pro Tem Garcia. Let the record reflect that Mayor Pro Tem Garcia is absent. Councilmember Avila.
Here.
Councilmember Ayala.
Here.
Councilmember Damian. Let the record reflect that Councilmember Damian is absent.
So both Councilmember Damian and Mayor Pro Tem Garcia indicated that they wouldn't be able to make it to the meeting at 5 o'clock.
Thank you. Oh, I know. Oh.
All right. Thank you, City Clerk. Could you raise the volume? That's a little bit too loud.
Oh,
I can hear some feedback.
sorry, technical difficulties.
But we will continue. So we'll go ahead and open up public communications. City Clerk, is there anybody looking to speak?
At this time, we haven't received requests for comment.
All right, thank you for that. So we will go ahead and open public communication and then go ahead and close it, looking that there's nobody looking to speak. And we'll move on to our open session study session. It's a presentation regarding Monument Digital Billboard presented by Philip Berardi, President of Regency Outdoor Advertising, and Kenneth Spiker, President and CEO of Spiker Consulting.
Being represented by Adam Spiker.
Good afternoon, Mayor Estrada, Council members Avila, Ayala. My name is Philip Berardi. I am the President and CEO of Regency Outdoor Advertising. Thank you for the opportunity to do a presentation for the City Council regarding our proposed billboard project at 14610 Baldwin Park Town Center at the Guadalajara Grill location. I'd like to take a minute to thank the city staff as well. This was a long process, and it's good to be here and be able to communicate this project to you. I'll start by introducing you to the people that are with me tonight. My assistant, Ninfa Perez, is here. And via Zoom is our consultant, Andy Goodman, as well as here in the chamber, our consultant, Adam Spiker. Again, it's always a pleasure to have the opportunity to share with city officials our vision for the future of billboard advertising, and specifically our vision for the next generation of digital billboard structures. I have with me a couple of renderings of the proposed billboard structure for the Guadalajara Grill location. And at this time, I will go through the benefits offered to the city, as well as the features and benefits to the community. One of the first things that you'll notice about what we are proposing is the aesthetics of the structure, and that it is not your typical billboard structure. This is a pretty much an entirely glass structure, what you see. We hope you will agree it is a dramatic improvement over contemporary pole structure designs. The difference in what Regency Outdoor is offering is the unique combination of revenue for the city, public benefit, and sustainability. The revenue component to the city is one of revenue sharing from the off-site advertising billboard sign in the structure, which is the top, very top display on the structure, in combination with the dedicated city display for the purpose of promoting local businesses. And that would be the lower 20 by 20 display that you see directly below the Guadalajara Grill sign that's there. This dedicated city display can also be used for public messaging, including emergency messaging or Amber Alerts. I think it's important to point out that what we are proposing, this sign is an entirely digital structure. So basically anywhere on the display, we can put a digital display. It's basically a glass and LED display. The entire structure is the display. The public benefit has two components. One is EV auto charging spaces that we would like to place near the sign, as well as the sign's capability to store electrical power to be used in an emergency, natural disaster, or a similar event, enabling first responders to use the sign as a point at which to set up incident command. This is tied to its sustainability component and its ability to generate power through a combination of sustainable technology. Lastly, the structure is somewhat graffiti resistant. Now, we thought this was important in the design. We think it's a beautiful structure, and we wanted it to remain that way, and we thought this was important to build into the design. Graffiti could effectively be just washed off. It's and the little window lights you see in the sign, those little squares are just something of the rendering. It's not necessary that they be there. It could be just smooth glass. This is just one particular design that we had selected. In closing, I would like to convey our excitement about the project and our sustainable solution to digital advertising while presenting a revenue-generating opportunity to the city of Baldwin Park, combined with the community benefits. At this time, I would like to take any questions that the council may have regarding the project.
Thank you. Any questions from council or staff?
I have a couple of questions. First of all, I just want to say thank you. I appreciate it. The bottom portion that you mentioned, you said would be for community, like our own kind of PR, right? Is that what you're saying?
That's
The
correct.
bottom section? Is it all visible from the freeway?
It is. This is a two-sided structure. The way it is currently designed, those independent digital displays that you see, those squares on there, and I was actually concerned that maybe the council could not see the lower portion of the displays we have here, but I think you can see the Baldwin Park display, which is the lower one. Yes, they are independent displays for the city to use at their pleasure.
Okay, and they're visible from the freeway.
They are. That is
Okay, because
correct.
I know there's a wall.
That is
somewhere-
correct. This
one of those
height, this height is about, I think about 35 feet.
Okay.
What you see there, 40 feet.
Okay, and then you also mentioned that it's somewhat graffiti, somewhat
Well,
graffiti resistance, because that can be an issue. So you said it could be washed off.
that's
Correct?
correct. That's correct.
Okay, you feel any kind of
Actually, no, I don't. I could probably talk all day about this sign. There are things about it that are very unique. For instance, it's bulletproof glass.
okay, that was my other question.
It'll withstand someone firing a rifle at
Okay.
it. Hopefully, that is not something that occurs, but
Or throwing rocks or anything like that.
not a problem.
Okay,
Yeah, not a problem with that.
Okay.
And as far as the graffiti is concerned, I think you could just simply wash it off.
okay, and so we're assuming it also cannot be etched on.
That's, well, etching,
We're assuming?
I guess it would depend on what that etching would be. I'm not sure. I guess if someone took a chisel and a hammer and took the time to go out and do that, maybe that would that would happen. But the panels in the display, it will be constructed in a way that the panels can be replaced.
Okay. Okay, thank you.
You're welcome.
I don't have any questions. I just want to say that's a beautiful sign. It almost looks like a Vegas type of sign.
Thank you.
We're going to be driving by and we're going to see that light with all of our advertisement on there. It's really nice.
Sure, yeah.
Oh, I like that. That sounds even better. And the glass goes, I know the wall, it's over the wall. I could see it on the renderings you gave us here. All the way down to the floor, it's glass. It looks the same.
It's actually all the way down to its.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
This would be because it has this.
What other city has a similar sign like this here in the LA area? I like being the first. And how long does it take once that's decided whether it gets approved? How long does it take to get built and put up? Oh, wow, that's fast. Okay. Well, it's beautiful. Thank you. Thank you.
Great. I don't have any questions. I think we do want to see the seal on there so that people know they're passing by Alden Park.
Yeah, absolutely.
Seems like there's no more questions or comments from council or staff.
Phil, the capacity or the capability for EV charging, I think you had looked into it somewhat, not fully yet, but where could those go?
Well, we envisioned them being in close proximity to the base of the sign. I mean, we would want to trench over to run the power over those spaces, and it's not a 100%, for instance, a goal zero sign. So we could really decide how many of those you would want to approve. Actually, what you see here. That's correct. So this is back corner. Angle. Pylon.
We're asking. It's on the opposite side.
Well, seems like there's not too many questions. That's a good thing.
I think so.
So we look.
Bill, you said revenue sharing, correct?
I did mention revenue
Vic,
share.
take note of that, please.
And I should point out that this revenue sharing component is really two-part. It's not a single revenue sharing point. which in most circumstances would be the off-premise advertising sign on the structure, which is the billboard where you see refresh your taste buds, for instance. That would be the off-premise sign. But over here,
they haven't, no, they don't, they wouldn't have a marquee on there yet, but they could buy advertising on the space.
yeah, and we would manage that content for the city. That digital content would be managed through our network.
On our space down below, depending on if we develop a fee structure ourselves, that's what Phil is saying. That space will belong to us.
Correct. And actually, the great thing about that is that is actually not an off-premise use. That is actually an on-premise use. So it gives you a little bit of separation between what would be considered off-premise advertising and on-premise, in what we would call total square footage of the sign for that purpose.
Yeah. You have an understanding with them, right?
We do. We have an understanding. We have been in communications with Home Depot, with corporate Home Depot, and they have approved an agreement at this point to construct the sign. And we also have had communications with the owners of the Guadalajara Grill, and we would be entering into a lease with them as well.
Yes, the question though is the space that you show them on right now, will that be more of a permanent tag for them? Right.
And just to confirm, you said the Regency would manage the city's space?
That's correct. Yes.
Okay. Any more questions? All right, well, sounds like we're good. So hopefully we'll hear from you soon again.
Thank you very much. Appreciate your time today. Thank you.
All right, thank you. All right, at this point, we are We are done with official open session business, and we will move to recess to close session.